we have seen a bit of a decline happen across as the US dollar has gained. Let's also get in our guest, and Milan Bavishi, head commodity research at Inventure Growth and Securities, now joins us on the show. Milan, hi, welcome. Let's start with gold first. And while we have seen gains continue, we've seen lower lows being made onto that one as well. How would you want to trade the current levels?
Hi, Manisha. See, prices of commodities are trading on either side depending on the news flow and the expectation of whether or not the US will announce another round of quantitative easing or monetary easing. Now, the weak growth in the US job market as well as concerns of US economic recovery are fueling expectations that US could go into further round of monetary easing. Secondly, for gold, another bullish expectation is that since the strike of Indian jewelers have ended, it could give a boost to some physical demand. Now, buying on gold is advisable on declines. One can buy gold around 28,340 levels, place your stop loss at 28,280 levels, and trade for the target of 28,440.
How do you look at the copper prices? Because even as the LME has returned after a 4-day break, we have seen sharp declines. The Chinese imports data has been on the weaker side. 1.5% cut on copper. How would you want to trade it?
See, technically, copper has broken a trend line support yesterday, and in such a scenario, it is advisable to sell copper on the rises. Now, one can sell copper on the rises around 427 levels, place your stop loss at 428.50, and trade for the targets of 424.
How do you look at the crude prices, Milan? Because yesterday we saw an 8-week low. Crude prices did decline all the way to $100.80. We've seen a rebound after that, but it hasn't really been able to hold those kind of gains. Do you think the sell-on rally strategy working for this one as well?
I have a slightly different view. See, on a broader term, on a broader basis, crude oil is in an uptrend. However, higher inventory pile-up as well as release of crude oil reserves results in suppression of prices. But psychologically, as you said, $100 is a critical support. Now, crude oil can be bought on declines. One can initiate a buy trade around 5230 levels. Place your stop loss at 5190 and trade for the targets of 5280 for the day.
How does the silver look to you? Because while the first quarter was quite positive, the second quarter really hasn't started with anything.
Silver would play similar to gold in the near term. And even for silver for the day, buy trades can be initiated on declines. Buy silver around 55,900 for the day. Keep your stop loss at 55,700 and trade for the targets of 56,500 on the upside.
Slightly longer term, Milan, how does silver look to you? Because there have been reports that silver could be breaching 30, even 28 on the lower side. Are you that bearish on the commodity?
See, in fact, both gold and silver are trading in a sideways range. The range is pretty large, around 20% or so. But on the whole, on a larger term perspective, both gold and silver are on a bullish patterns.
We did talk about copper, and you have a sell-on rally coming in for that one, Milan. But how about the other base metal prices? Because nickel is something that has seen a very choppy move. The last month was good, but the quarter, of course, saw a bit of a decline. How do nickel prices look at these current 930 kind of levels on MCX?
See, nickel has started giving some bullish signs. Trades on nickel can be initiated around 930 levels. A buy trade can be initiated. Place your stop loss around 922 levels and trade for the targets of 945 on the upside.
How about the other base metals? Because aluminum is something that also has seen very sharp declines in the recent days. Zinc, lead also haven't done any wonders since the month of April has started. How do these metals look to you? And would you say that the after Chinese data, which has been on the weaker side when it comes to import of base metals for the month of March, that could lead to a bit of a disappointment?
See, for both lead and zinc, we have not initiated trades as such because both these commodities are trading in a very narrow band. A trade can be initiated in aluminium, a buy trade around 105 levels, and it can be traded for the target of 108 on the upside. Place your stop losses around 103 levels.
Milan, one final question, and that is about the industrial commodities. While in the recent days we haven't seen much, bullishness happen in the industrial commodities, gold actually has turned around as a very strong safe haven. Do you think this pattern continuing for some very short time?
Yeah, if the expectations of monetary easing are building up, definitely gold will have a softer corner for the investors because gold is always perceived as a hedge against inflation, and whenever there is monetary easing, there is a lot of liquidity infusion in the system which leads to inflation. So gold is definitely will be favorite of the investors.
All right, Milan, we'll let you go at that. Thank you so much for joining us. That's the view coming in from Milan. Bavishi then. He is bullish on gold and silver, not so much for the crude and the base metal sector there, though a buy on aluminum is something that he is starting or initiating today.